Hi friends, Standard 7, Subject Science, Chapter 1 by 1, Nutrition in Plant. So today friends, we are going to learn about the 1.3 other mode of nutrition in plants. So in the up to previous classes, we seen that there are two kinds of mode of nutrition. One is the autotrophic and another is the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay, so autotrophic nutrition we seen into the detail. Now we are going to learn about the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So dear friends, there are some plants which do not have a chlorophyll. So I have to also remind you again that chlorophyll, that is a green color pigments which is present on the leaves of the plant. Okay, and due to this chlorophyll, plants are able to make their own. So with the help of the chlorophyll, plants are for preparing their food, and the photosynthesis process is the going on. Okay, they cannot synthesize their food. Okay, so here we are they are saying like that, if the plant do not have chlorophyll, that means do not have green color pigment, at that time they are not going to prepare their food. Okay, so if the chlorophyll pigment is not present, okay, we seen that there are so many plants are present which having a not a green color leaf, but instead of it which having a yellow red color. So how they are preparing their food? Okay, so how they are surviving? Okay, how do they survive and from where do they derive their nutrition? So how they are living and how they are getting the nutrition? So dear friends, like humans and animals, such plants depend on the food produced by the other plants. Okay, now heterotrophic mode of nutrition is the followed by the humans, animals and some another plants also which do not have a green color leaf with them. Okay, now you see a tubular structures swinging around the stem, branches of a tree. Okay, sometimes we are observing the tree. On it there are a yellow color structures, other plants are also present on it. So this plant, which is nothing but the cuscuta, that figure also given in this lesson. Okay, it does not have a chlorophyll, which does not having a green color leaf with them. It's take a ready-made food from the plants. So what they are doing, they are taking a ready-made food from the plant. So that means we seen in the previous heterotrophic mode of nutrition means in it such a organism, okay, which depend on the other for getting a nutrition. Okay, so that is known as heterotrophs. Okay, so here cuscuta is a heterotrophs and it's following the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay friends, now the plant which climbs, it is called host. Now you are seeing this tree. Okay, now you are seeing this tree. Okay, on it the cuscuta is the present. Okay, so this tree is here the host. Okay, since it deprives the host of valuable nutrients, it is called parasite. That means this yellow color structure you are seeing that, so this yellow color which is the cuscuta which getting the nutrition from these host plants. So such an organism which is getting a nutrition from the host, which is known as a parasite. Got it up to here? So cuscuta is here the parasites and this tree which is a host here. Are we and the other animals also parasites? So we are also coming into the category of the parasites. So why? Because we are also depend on the other plants. Okay friends, you should think about it and discuss with your teacher. Okay, so we human being is also directly or indirectly, we are not preparing our own food, we are also depending on the other plants. Okay, so we are also the parasite. Okay friends, now have you seen or heard of plant that can eat animals? So yes, in the GK textbook or somewhere you also seen that, we heard also that the plants are eating the animals. So is it true? Okay friends, let us see. There are few plants which can trap insect and digest them. It is not amazing. It is a amazing and real things, dears. Now we know that some plants are there which are trapping the insects and digesting them. Okay, such a plants may be green or some other color. Now, so you in your mind one question is though going on. So suppose yes, these are also the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, and you are thinking these are also the parasites. So dear friends, such a plants which are eating the insects that also having a green color, then also they are eating the insects and getting their nutritions. Okay, look at the plant in figure 1.6. Now this is the example of pitcher plant. Okay, now here you can see that. So dear friends, you are seeing this one is the pitcher. Okay, and this one having a lid, or we can say mouth of the plant, and this pitcher are attached at the apex. This is known as the apex part of the leaf. Okay, now the leaf may be structure is modified part of the leaf. The apex of the leaf forms a lid which can open and close the mouth of the pitcher. Okay, so this lid is the mouth of the this is the mouth of the sorry this is the mouth of the pitcher, which is open and closed by this lid. Okay, inside the pitcher there are hair which are directed downwards. So you can see here some tiny hairs are present and head to the downward direction. When an insect lands in the pitcher, the lid closes and the trapped insects get entangled into the hair. So friends, when the insects are sitting on this side, okay, these hairs are sticky too also. Okay, so suddenly when these insects are sitting on, suddenly at that time this lid is the close, and in this way they are trapping the insect. Okay, after that what happening, let us see. The insect is digested by the digestive juices secreted in the pitcher. In this pitcher digestive juice are present. Okay, and that insect is digested. Such a insect eating plants are called insectivorous plant, and this is known as a insectivorous plant. So here insectivorous plants means a plants who or which is eating a insect are known as an insectivorous plant. So best example of it is the pitcher plant. You can see the videos of the pitcher plants, how they are trapping the insects and eating, that you can see on the YouTube videos also, which are available on YouTube. Okay, it is also possible that such a plants do not get all the required nutrients from the soil which they grow. So like these plants are uh, not getting a proper amount of nutrients from the soil, so in this way they are trapping the insects, and from that they are getting their nutritions and they are growing. Okay, now friends, we learn about the autotrophs. Within that autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophs, within that heterotrophic nutrition. Now we are going to learn about the saprotrophs and saprotrophic nutrition. So dear friends, let us see what's given. You might have seen packets of mushrooms sold in the vegetable market. Of course, we seen the mushroom which are selling by the vegetable seller, or in the malls also we visited that, also we seen the mushrooms and we are eating also mushroom in the soups and some dishes, etc. You may have seen fluffy umbrella like patches growing on rotting wood during the rainy season. So in this rainy season, on the wood we are seeing some umbrella like structure. Okay, in Gujarati we are saying to it biladino top. Okay, let us find out what type of nutrients they need to survive and from where they get them. So this is also the one kind of plant. Okay, so but in here we are going to see that how they are getting the nutrition and how they are surviving. Okay, so for here one activity is given. Let us see activity 1.2. Okay, take a piece of bread and take a piece of the bread, moisten it with water, leave it in a most warm places for 2 or 3 days or until the floppy patches appears on them. So here we have to take a bread which should be a moisten, which having a moisture. We have to leave it for the 2 or 3 days in a most warm atmosphere. After 2 or 3 days we can see the some floppy, okay, cotton like structures, patches which appears on them. Okay, which should be a white color also or green color also. These patches may be white, green or brown or if any color. Observe the patches under the microscope or a magnifying glass. So at that time, like these green color patches or brown or any other else color patches you can see on that bread. In Gujarati we can easily say to eat fungus also. Okay, now most probably you will see cotton like thread spread on the pieces of the bread. Okay, these organisms are called fungi. They have a different mode of nutrition. They secrete the digestive juices on the dead and decaying matter and convert into the solution. So like the mushroom also they having a different mode of nutrition. They secrete the digestive juices on the dead and decaying matter and converted it into the solution. Then they absorb the nutrition from it, and this mode of nutrition which is known as a saprotropic nutrition. And then organism which follow this, the organism which are getting the nutrition in this way, which is known as a saprotrops. Okay, so this mode of nutrition, so this mode of nutrition in which the organism take in nutrition in the solution from the dead and decaying matter is called saprotropic nutrition. Okay, mode of nutrition in which organism take in nutrition in solution from dead and decaying matter is called saprotropic nutrition. Plant which use saprotropic mode of nutrition are called saprotrops. So mushroom is the example of saprotrops. Okay, now fungi also grow on pickles, leather, clothes and other articles that are left in hot and humid weather for a long time. In this rainy season which is going on, we can see easily fungus on the pickle, old clothes, okay, and the leather shoes, etc. Now friends, during the rainy season they spoil many things. Ask your parents about the means of the fungus in your house, means where you are seeing over there. The fungal spores are generally present in the air. So you are getting that how these fungus are growing at our home. Okay. So dear friends, these fungal spores are already present in the air. Okay. When they land on the wet and warm things, they germinate and grow. So dear friends, these fungal spores are already present into the air, but if they find the wet and warm things, so they are landing on it and germinating and growing it. Now can you figure out when how we can protect our things from getting a spoil? So dear friends, the question is arise that how we are protect our things by getting spoiled. Okay, so some organism, so how we can do this one? So we will not keep the food open, and we will not keep our leather shoes and clothes at the at the place which having a highly moisture. Okay, now some organisms live together, share shelter and nutrients. This is called symbiotic relationship. Now it's a very interesting topic. Now some kind of organism which living together and sharing the shelter and nutrition. Okay, this relationship which is known as a symbiotic relationships. For an example, certain fungi live in the roots of the trees. Okay, the trees provide nutrients to the fungus. Okay, and in the return receives help from it to take up the water and nutrients from the soil. So dear friends, for example, live certain fungi live in the roots of the tree. The tree provides the nutrients and fungus in return receives the help from that fungus to take up the water and other nutrients from the soil. So in this way they are depend on each other, and the organism we are depend on this each other for getting the nutrition and shelter. Such a relationship which is known as a symbiotic relationships. This association is very important for the tree. In organism called lichen, okay, it's a one kind of organism, a chlorophyll containing partner which is an alga. Okay, we need that alga or algae which is a green color. In it Gujarati it is known as a lil or shewad. Okay, so you know very well about it, it is a green color. Okay, so in organism called lichen, a chlorophyll containing partner which is a algae and fungus live together. That means algae, fungus which are living together with a lichen. Okay, fungus provide the shelter. Here fungus providing the shelter, water and minerals to the alga. In return, alga provides the food which is prepared by the photosynthesis. Okay friends, and